Welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen podcast, brought to you by our friends at Velpen Disposal.
Our title sponsor is Velpen Trucking and Disposal. It's that time of year, folks. Time to spring clean. You can take the time and have the hassle of bagging everything up, throwing it in your vehicle, and dumping it in the dumpster. Or you can call our friends at Velpen Disposal and get a roll-off dumpster in any size that you need. They have dumpsters in all sizes. Big spring cleaning projects need big dumpsters. Velpen will drop the dumpster off. You call when you are done, and they will haul it away. Hassle-free, and you can do it on your own time. Don't be silly and think you have all the time. Call Velpen today.
The Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen podcast coming to you from a little place we like to call heaven on earth, Smoker's Lounge.
The Wondering Dutchmen.
Yeah!
The Wondering Dutchmen.
Here we go!
Back in the saddle again.
Here we go. Brief introductions as we get to it. Sitting in the middle, supporting the plaid and the turquoise with his rose-colored glasses, with his hair in a slight bun. Our friend, you know him as Smoke Dragon. We call him David Allen. Our buddy, Smoke.
Yeah, hello.
Sitting across from me with the wild hair and the mustache and his glasses because he can't see shit. And he's more likely to interrupt you in a conversation than help you if you were drowning.
That's right.
Our buddy, Big Mace. And I'm Casey.
Esquire.
Hey, here we go. As we jump into it, before we jump into it,
Look before you jump.
let's talk about this, Dave.
Break it down, homie.
We're going to take down the fourth wall here. Wee bit of a change in the programming.
Just a small one.
Just a smidge.
A smidgen.
Just a smidge. What we've done is decided to bring you two, not one, but two.
Dos.
Dos episodes. Cesar. 2 episodes of the Wondering Dutchman podcast
Golly.
instead of one. Now, where you're going to notice the difference, when you look down at the bottom of your screen, you're not going to see 2+ hours. Our goal is to keep these around about an hour or so.
Or so.
Now, if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, you're going to realize, holy shit, those guys wore the same clothes to record
That's what I was just getting ready to say. We forgot.
during the week.
Well, it's a hard life being podcasters.
Yeah. Let's just say the old washer and dryer are broken because if you listened to last episode where I got the fridge, turns out the Petrie clan hasn't needed to buy a new washer or dryer yet. Still holding out hope.
T's and P's.
But let's break it down even further.
Okay.
We are doing this in one whole shooting match where we're recording the show. Big Mace wants us to change shirts. He can go himself
Okay. There
because
we go.
we're
Slamming
not
in his
going to.
ass.
Coming in hot.
Very hot. Very hot. So anyways, that's how we're going to do it. This is the new format of the show. It allows us to break it up just a smidge. It also allows us to a great interview. We can go a little bit longer.
That's right.
Right.
We don't feel the natural time constraints like we used to.
No.
Our quality sponsors that want to be in business for you are still going to be here.
That's right.
They ain't going anywhere.
No.
But just a little bit something different. So
Give it a go.
give it a go.
A little shaking it up for season 2.
Might as
Just
well.
feel it. And
Feel the rhythm.
although we're halfway.
Feel the flow.
The ride.
The ride.
We're the Jamaican bobsled team.
Get on up.
It's bobsled time.
We're the Jamaican bobsled team. Classic Disney movie. You think that was... I'm not going to say that one either.
Cool runnings.
So anyways, that's what we got going on.
R.I.P. John Candy.
Yeah.
This next segment is brought to you by a real model American, Matthew Krieg.
This segment is brought to you by our buddy, Matt Krieg of Krieg Insurance. Matt is all about finding you the right coverage for you, your family, your business, and your budget. Matt scours all companies, local and national, to find you the best fit for your needs and budget. Give Matt a call today and see what he can do for you. We only recommend the best, and Matt is the best.
Big thank you to our buddy Matt Krieg.
Hell yeah.
All right, Big Mace. What you been wondering about, pal?
I don't know. I totally lost it.
He ain't got no idea what the hell he been wondering about now.
I don't know. So let's go to let's just go to Easter.
Okay.
Even though Easter's already over when you're listening to this, but we can just talk
Just
about
by
it.
a handful of days.
We can still talk about Easter.
So obviously we know the reason for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Reese's eggs.
Well, or Cadbury's.
Are you a Cadbury or Reese's
I'm
guy?
out on Cadbury eggs. No.
I used to like him a lot.
I don't
more
like
than
the
I
I don't like the whatever the shit in it is.
do. The cream.
Is that what it is? Creme?
That's second time tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pinch poke, buy me a Coke.
I'm surprised you don't like the cream. There, big fella.
He loves the
There it
cream.
is.
The cream with your mustache and your glasses
Top
Dribbling
five.
down the side of his chin.
Easter.
onto
we
his
seen
shirt.
we seen a thing today, a bumper sticker on a car that said "proud of my sailor." Like, I'm proud of my sailor, I guess. It was probably like a sailor mom.
In the Navy.
I told Justine, I said, man, it'd be a lot better if that said, I'm proud of my seaman. You know what I mean? I guess I'm proud of my seaman.
Oh yeah, produced some mighty fine trophies.
Yeah, you guys too. You should be proud of your
Yeah.
seamans.
Yeah.
Yeah, good looking kids.
Never
there.
thought about
Yeah.
it like that.
Top 5 Easter candy.
Just think about all the ones that didn't make it and who they could have been. You think that's where other
Oh,
professions are?
That's a high thought right
That's
there.
Rough. That's rough.
Like just one little thing different.
Yeah. Wow. Back on task here. Reese's milk chocolate peanut butter eggs, number 1. Cadbury cream eggs, number 2. Starburst jelly bean original,
Yep.
and number 3 Hershey's, or number 4 rather, Hershey's Kisses milk chocolate. OG there. That's the top 4. Well, that was according to DoorDash in 2023, which
Who
I don't
does 4, not 5?
Yeah. Okay, I'll pick back up on
I guess
there.
Mount Rushmore
Snickers,
is a 4.
Snickers, Twix, Milky Way, and more assorted Easter chocolate candy bulk variety pack was number 5.
Ooh.
I got 10.
Yeah, you might as well just do the rest.
Was it Gallery? Galerie. Gallery value jelly beans filled egg.
Nope.
A Lindt chocolate bunny. A Dove milk chocolate Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
Peeps.
Oh, I love Peeps.
I'm out on Peeps.
Really?
Yeah, they're gross. Throw them in the trash.
You don't mean
And
that.
10 is the Ferrero Rocher
Roger.
fine hazelnut chocolate Easter bunny.
You like hazelnut, don't you?
No.
Especially with that Cadbury cream all over your face.
Look at you. God, he's in it.
Man, he's been listening too much P. Diddy.
I guess. Or R. Kelly.
More like pedophile, Diddy.
Oh, no.
Allegedly. You gotta say
Allegedly, yeah.
Although maybe us getting sued by P. Diddy might not be a problem.
That would be terrible.
I think we'll go after representation.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're-
how
we're
good
s-
he is.
We're
The guy that's prompting the lawsuit.
yeah, probably not gonna happen there. So shout out to Papa Frank. He taught me the proper way to eat Peeps. When I was a
Microwave.
young lad. Nope. Rip them open and let them get stale.
Yeah.
What?
And that's how we eat them. That's how I eat Peeps. Like when,
Yeah, like I would normally slit the film
yeah,
and
that's
let it sit in there, you know.
yeah,
and-
that's exactly right. You let them just get a little bit of a tougher exterior.
I would dig them out of the basket, realize what they were,
throw them at your brother.
and then throw them straight in the trash.
Mm.
I'm really surprised you would waste that.
Dude, they're gross.
I don't know how you could say that.
They're yucky.
You know what I do miss? They used to have I thought I had to burp, but I don't.
There it is.
Wrong, I did. So they used to have like the hard outside shell that was kind of like some kind of candy confectioner substance.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of had the marshmallow inside, but they were like eggs. I forget what they called them though. Like they might have called them marshmallow eggs, but you don't see those. I haven't seen them.
I like robin eggs.
Those are pretty good.
They're like
From
That's what
Whoppers?
I
They're
was
like
thinking-
Whoppers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of when he was describing it until he got to marshmallow.
Janelle likes the mini Cadbury that are the solid milk chocolate with the crispier milk chocolate on the outside. She's a big fan of them.
Mm-mm.
I won't see them.
I'm a Reese's peanut butter cup guy, so that's mine.
If you
numero uno.
If you put those things in any shape, I've talked about it before. You put them in a pumpkin shape, you put them in a Valentine's heart shape, you put them in any shape like that Christmas tree, love them to death.
Don't like him as a cup, huh?
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I had a Reese's cup, but you put that son of a bitch in a shape, I'll eat a whole bag of them, guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
Weird. What else is there out there?
Probably the paper. There's an extra step to consume it when it's in the cup.
Oh yeah, you got to work a little harder for his snacky there. Snacky
That's probably
snack.
true. That is probably
More
true.
trash to mess with.
Yeah.
And then it always sticks to that brown paper.
What do you?
You ever black your teeth out with it when you're in school to make it look like you had your teeth knocked out?
No.
No.
Really?
How often did you do that?
Oh, you take that.
What do you do? What do you do after? So the Easter Bunny comes and he hides the eggs.
Do you do plastic eggs or hard boiled
I was
eggs?
just getting ready.
Plastic. Well, as kids, the Easter Bunny always came into our house and got the real hard-boiled eggs out of the refrigerator and took them out and hid them.
I wonder what the Easter Bunny had against chickens to want to have hard-boiled embryos of its enemies to let out for all the
I
children.
think what his problem was that one day he got into an argument about
You
which
want to
came first, the
know
chicken or
really
the egg.
why the Easter Bunny hides the eggs? Because he don't want anybody to see the chickens that he.
So he cooked them first.
Well, no, so he got
Sick
rid of the
MF.
Got
egg.
rid of the eggs.
Got rid of the eggs. He's just hiding them.
I
You
mean,
ever heard that?
No.
I just
Easter
heard it
Bunny,
online
the
today.
chicken.
Yeah, Easter Bunny.
Give me a chicken. boss.
Oh, anyway,
Oh, that's cool.
that's wild. But no, so like after the Easter Bunny comes and he hides these either real or plastic eggs. Like, and if you do plastic eggs, if you do plastic eggs, you obviously put stuff in them though, right? Like, does
all
he
of
put
them.
them? Does he put stuff in them?
Not all of them.
We don't do plastic eggs.
Right.
Now,
So how many dozen does he hide at your house?
so to answer your question, like, because how you guys talked about it, we always assist the Easter Bunny in hard boiling and coloring the eggs
Yes,
for him.
most certainly. Yes.
So-
like that's what I said. Like at my house, they have to come. Like he would come into the house and get the pre-colored.
Yeah,
He wants him painted and disguised so it's harder to tie him back to the eggs.
the crime, except for because he's got those white hands and it's just
Mm-hmm.
a tough spot. Papaw, he had 2 dozen that we colored.
Oh,
So, because I think our plan that happened is we did dinner at Papaw's house.
Oh.
So the Easter Bunny will the Easter Bunny stopped by our house, hid the baskets for the kids to find. And then because we didn't bring the eggs back home with us from earlier in the week,
they're being hid there.
he stopped by Papaw's house to hide
Yeah.
as those. So, because the hard-boiled eggs then turn into deviled eggs for dinner or brunch.
Yeah.
And we've always done that. I can remember as a child,
I love some poop nasties in a half shell, baby. I could hammer them some.
I can eat an embarrassingly large amount of.
how
Hard-boiled
many can you eat?
5 or 6 dozen.
I feel like that might be a little quick segment one day. We'll just boil up a bunch of chicken embryos, whip them up with some.
You imagine how bad it'd stink in this son of a bitch after we were done.
Oh, goodness.
Grief.
Wow.
We ought to. Too bad we don't have an Uber we could call to get a ride.
Hey, is there any way you could take us to Indy and back?
Yeah.
Dare you?
Yeah, that's a.
So
that's
then-
a
Why do
tough
you guys
spot.
have cameras?
So
Don't
then,
you pay attention to that.
don't worry about that. You just drive the car.
Yeah.
What else do you do? So Easter Bunny comes, and then is there any other Easter spectaculars that go on other than church? Obviously,
No, not much. We really,
we're going to the schnitz.
when we were young children, we would go to mass. And then it was kind of, I think we were more brunch people
Yeah,
when it came down to it.
we would
But-
get up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Just like no, not really. We would get up like right at daybreak, I guess. And the Easter Bunny had already been there and gone. And then we would go outside and find our Easter baskets and then commence to hunting the eggs. And then we would come back in and wash up. And then we'd head down there to Standale. And Sunday school started at 9. And then after that, we'd go to church. And then we'd go to lunch or something at Mammon Papaw's. And then
Yeah.
after that, we were done for the day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's what we did when we were kids. Now it's different. We go to mass at 7:30 in the morning and do that whole deal.
you really sound thrilled about.
I
that.
don't like it. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've had a conversation with people before. I'm not a Catholic, and I attend a Catholic mass as a supporter of my family, and I'm going to go.
We welcome you.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm going to go. And then after that, we're going to go. My parents are still in Arkansas.
Are they?
They went over to Hot Springs to kind of kick it and do some stuff.
Oh, okay.
And they did go to watch. They watched Colson play. They got tickets and watched
Oh,
Colson's
nice.
first AAA game.
So they would have seen his first hit.
Yeah, old man was down there right behind. They were right behind Charlotte's dugout, like on that side.
Were they able to make contact with Colson?
No.
So I'm going to ask a question that I know I'm supposed to know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry for not knowing. What was he playing last season? I guess I didn't recognize that.
He
I read
played-
the thing, but I
He
didn't.
played double A ball.
Double A. He was in Birmingham.
Okay,
Yeah.
I knew that. I guess I didn't see it as being a
AAA,
change from last year.
AAA is the last step before you get to the big show.
I didn't
So-
know there was multiple steps. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Single A, double A,
So
triple A.
when you're first drafted, you'll go into short season rookie ball, which is predominantly all the guys that were drafted, all the guys that are undrafted. You basically play in a league, and these guys, because I remember when Colson came back after that, he had like a binder of this is the shit you do good, this is the shit you need to work on, and here's how you do it.
Yeah.
For those guys to work off season, and then they come back spring training, and they, you go through it and you work. Obviously, they check in and they do all that other stuff. So when he broke spring training, because you got to think they get drafted in June. Yeah, that'd be about right, June. And you figure they'll report by end of June, maybe beginning of July, probably an orientation program, all that other stuff. And then they'll play that short season. I don't think they go to low A. Some may. And then you go, spring training, traditional route. Then you either break out A or you make the jump up to double A. And he made the jump from the Kannapolis Cannonballs to Winston-Salem, which is they have a low A and a high A. And then Winston-Salem, he got the call to Birmingham. Is it Birmingham or Montgomery?
It was Birmingham Bruins.
Birmingham. And then that's where he finished last year. So
And
with
now he's playing for the Charlotte Knights,
Knights.
Okay.
which is a
With-
AAA team, which
Yeah.
is the last step.
Okay.
for the
I
big
did see
show.
that he was at Charlotte in a different team, but I remember
Right.
you guys talking about a bunch of different, I guess, potential team names that
Yeah.
you could have
Mhm.
played for.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I just didn't
and-
recognize it as again, that's my fault.
Yeah, no, and I think the thing for him, because there's certain rules. So like when your big league clock starts, if you go up post a certain date, the teams basically have an extra year to control your contract. So Chris Bryant, former Cub, I think he's plays for the Rockies now, big rising star, and the Cubs, I would say at the time, intentionally withheld calling him up because like all the experts were like he should have broke with the team out of spring training, but that would have counted towards a year of service on his contract, and he would have reached arbitration sooner. So what some of these teams do is, if they're guys that they're going to call up, they say, hey, you're going to break with the AAA club, and then from the AAA club, you'll get called up probably mid-April because the cutoff is like early April. So, I mean, this week, this episode comes out April 3rd. There's a real possibility here in the next 7 to 10 days, whatever that date is, he may get called up to the big league team.
Yeah, that's why my parents wanted to get down there and watch him because they were in Little Rock. Little Rock's got a lot of cool shit to do. No, it's wrong. They're in Hot Springs. Hot Springs has a lot of cool shit to do. So they took their dog over to my brother's house in Texarkana, dropped her, the dog off, and then went back up to Hot Springs and stayed there for a few days.
Northwest Arkansas.
And then whenever the news broke that Colson had got a spot on the
AAA squad.
AAA squad, and they were like, well, hell, he's playing in Memphis, and that's just another hop, skip, and a jump down.
And because Memphis Redbirds there, that's the Cardinals AAA affiliate.
Yeah, so there again, obviously Dad being a huge Cardinals fan and didn't make it. That was the plan. The whole plan was to go to Jupiter, and then that didn't work out for Dad and Mom, so they ended up decided to go do something different.
Your dad's had a big week. He had Darren Lewis concert.
Yep.
And then
now he's out there and going down, watch Colson play ball and everything, and then so they're not going back on track here. They're not going to the Schnitz, but that's become a new thing now. We'll go to Mass, and then unfortunately the reservations for the Schnitz was kind of a mess this year, so we're not eating until like 2:00, 1:45, I guess, just after lunch time, really.
Well, hell, you can be able to go home and sleep for 4 more hours.
Yeah, so then we're going to go and meet over here for this and that, and then go over there and eat, and then after that we'll be done for the day, which I'm excited about.
We don't
Schnitz buffet is
it's quality.
It's
there's no
insane.
doubt.
It's insane.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So, Easter, good little tradition.
Yeah.
So I had a sitch.
a sitch.
Was it sus?
It was very sus.
No
cap.
No cap. I was literally going to say the same shit.
Yeah.
What did we had Weston locked down the other night on them. Oh God, that stuff is stupid. You know one thing real quick before you go that pisses me off about this whole new jargon that these kids are talking now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Every time I would say something remarkably astonishing to Maxwell, like a simple fact, like, did you know that this happens because of this? And then instead of saying like, oh, really? Or you're kidding or something like that, you know what they say now? They always say, actually?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like I've heard Weston say that before, and Max is doing it all the time now. Like, hey, Max, look at that. Like the when you go down through Dothan and all the helicopters and all that stuff, and they're like, this is where they have this. And Max like, actually? And I'm like, actually what? Like, I thought he was getting ready to correct me. Like, like I had just bestowed this fact on him. And then I thought he said, actually. And then I thought, actually what? You know what I mean? Like I thought he was getting ready to drop another one on me, but
and I'm not
carry on.
I'm not going to say this about
Carry on your sitch here.
Well, I'm not going to say this about your son, but what I've learned about this generation is they ain't real bright. So you just have to take it as they're asking a question about actually, like it's actually there.
Yeah.
So so here was my situation.
Okay.
It was, I think it was Wednesday morning.
That was a tough one.
No, Thursday morning was a tough one. Wednesday morning, a little bit quick getting out of the house. Didn't have my usual oatmeal and apple. So I'm like, I'll do either Taco Bell or McDonald's breakfast in West Baden. If Taco Bell or if West Bay McDonald's has a line, I go to Taco Bell. If McDonald's doesn't have a line, I'll go
To McDonald's. Yeah.
Can you see them both at the same time?
Yes, because they're right across the
across
street from
one
each other.
another. Yeah.
Really works out perfect.
Uh-oh.
Because I love
No,
breakfast
this is-
burritos no matter what. So I'm cruising and I see McDonald's has got a couple back plus one sitting up front. Taco Bell never has a line. I've never waited in line at Taco Bell in the morning at West Baden. So I was like, I'm going to go Taco Bell. So I reach up in the polar bear. There's like a little console up top there. Every day, take my badge off, set it up there. We had practice the night before, and so I had placed my wallet up there. So when I left home, I double checked. I could feel the little part on my badge. You guys have badges that you wear, kind of little retractable thing. And then I could feel my wallet. So I'm pulling into Taco Bell. I'm like, can I get me maybe a breakfast quesadilla? Like, it'd be great.
I've never had Taco Bell breakfast, by the way.
It's pretty good.
I have once.
It's not bad. It's not bad. So I pull in, I order, and legitimately go to grab my wallet, and it's gone. And I just, oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just ordered breakfast,
Been there.
and I'm pulling up to the thing, and I'm like, what do I tell this lady? So I get up there, and I'm like, ma'am, this is super embarrassing. I thought I had my wallet in the truck. I don't know where it's at. Like, I checked this morning, and I'm like frantically like looking, turning up everything to the point where she was like, well, I'll just give it to you. Like, it's my good deed for the day. And I was like, that's nice of you, but I'm going to find my wallet. So like this lady just wants to hand me the food so I get the hell out of the
You're running
drive-through.
your clock up, yeah.
So I put it in park, get out and start looking.
Oh, God. In the drive-thru?
Yes. And this lady's just watching, holding my drink in the sack like, dude, I told you I would give it to you. And I'm looking, can't find it. I look at my fuel gauge because I knew I needed to get gas. And I'm like, I'm going to have to bum $20 to put some gas in the truck because I don't have any money to freaking get back to Huntingburg. I was like, I can't believe I lost my wallet. So in that brief moment, that feeling of like panic where your stomach is up in your throat,
I hate it.
it is brutal. Now, my overarching question is, what's a situation you've experienced where that's happened or what would cause that? But here's the crazy thing. So I'm just like, day is ruined. This lady feels great because she helped out some dummy that didn't have his wallet that went through a drive-through. So I park at the resort, turn on the flashlight on my phone, and I start going through that son of a bitch like CSI looking for semen deposits.
How many of those do you leave in your truck?
Semen deposits? None recently. So I'm like
He's a
looking.
swallower.
So I start.
Oh!
That's uncalled for. That needs to be cut.
No way.
So so I start looking on the driver's side. Still don't find it. I was like, I really left my wallet.
You left it at home.
So then I go to the passenger side, look in the back. I'm working systematically, grid search.
Breaking it down into quadrants.
Yeah. I look, nothing. In the back, nothing. I'm looking under the front seat, nothing. And I take this big, deep breath, and I'm like, I'm a idiot. My wallet, because I carry like the little clip thing.
Yeah.
It must have been either when I was turning into Taco Bell and I took it from down and put it on the thing, which I had some papers and some other stuff there. But it slid on the passenger seat, left front. It slid right down into there where I couldn't see it from the driver's side.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't even see it from like looking into the passenger side. Just
Basically,
drop. Perfect drop.
Damn near have to
Drop.
unbolt the seat to get it.
Yeah, perfect drop. So I'm like, I can eat this food now. Like I didn't even touch it yet. Didn't even touch
Well,
it.
I can't take it back.
Well, no. So this is me. So I hop back in my truck, drive back to Taco Bell, come in the door with this big goofy ass grin on my face, and the lady walks up. She goes, oh, what's wrong? And I go, nothing. Here, I'm here to pay. And she goes, dude, I gave it to you. It was my good deed. I'm like, your good deed still counts. But I was like, I couldn't go through without paying. She goes, I don't even remember what you had. I was like, well, I was just here 5 minutes ago. Like, it's not like it's been that long.
Yeah.
So then repeat my order, pay, walk out. And it just, but I had that moment in time, that initial fear where your stomach is in your throat and you're like, oh, shit.
So we're working and it's lunch and we're going to Beeler's, IGA, to the chicken counter. We're going to get us some chicken strips and whatnots or whatever for lunch. And it was.
Do you like calling them chicken strips or chicken tenders?
There's strips there.
Because the young folk call them chicken tendies.
Tendies are, yeah. Well,
Okay.
now,
No cap.
we do call them.
Actually,
That's sus.
They do call them tatey. We do call them tatey wedges, though, like tatey wedges there. But,
JoJo's.
yeah. Now
Still don't know the
You
JoJo
blew
thing.
my mind. There. Anyway, so it's me and Clem, me and ORK.
Friend of the program.
Yeah. I
bet he's excited for you to be back this week.
Yeah, he's already told me that when I do come back, I'm not allowed to speak because it's been very quiet around there and awful enjoyable at break and lunch. So,
Oh, boy.
anyway,
Can you imagine how disappointed he'll be?
His name is Prick. The P is silent. That's what it always says. Anyway, we go to Beeler's and we're going to get our lunch. And he's like, hey, I don't have my wallet. I don't have any money. Which we do this shit all the time. Like, hey, will you get my lunch today? I'll buy yours tomorrow or whatever, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, no sweat, man. Sure, for sure. So we go in, we both go back to the deli. We get our shit and we're walking back up to the front. And like we both set our boxes down on the belt and like I reach back to get my wallet to, get my money out and my wallet is gone. Like it's not there. And that feeling, that sickening feeling of like, oh my God, where's my wallet? And I had driven the one truck earlier in the day and then got pulled off and had to go do something else and got into another truck, but I had used my wallet earlier in the morning and then just like set it in the cup holder and then never put it back in my pocket. So here we are. It's like 12, or 11:50 or 12 o'clock, like we're going to lunch. Like it's lunchtime. And
realistically, it was probably about 11:30, Dave, because those guys don't break right at noon.
Unfortunately, you're wrong.
You had really?
Yeah. So
okay.
There's been recent.
There's been a crackdown.
Yeah.
Huh?
So anyway,
sons of bitches.
We're standing
lunch
there.
is at noon, but we can start at 11:30.
We're standing there, and Clem's looking at me. He's like, "What the? You told me you had money." And I said, yeah, I do in my wallet, but my wallet ain't here. So I'm asking the clerk and I'm like, hey, what? Okay, so here's what we're in. We're in a little bit of a predicament here. I mean, because there's $20 worth of shit laying here.
Yeah.
Or, $17, $15 or whatever. And I'm like, I'm going to have to run back to the shop and get my stuff. Can I take him with me? So he's going to have to eat cold food because of my screw up. Can he go with me and stuff? She's like, I'm really not sure. I'm like, no, I'm going to leave mine here. He's just going to take his and go with, I don't know if we can do that. Let me have to talk to my manager. And some guy from like 3 aisles over was like, hey, I'll help you out. And we were like, what? And he's like, don't worry about it. And he walks over and pulls a $20 bill out of his wallet and pays for me and Clem's lunch and then wouldn't take the change. Like there was like $3 worth of change and he wouldn't even take that. He's like, get out of here. You guys have a good day. You know what I mean? And it's like, luckily, we got bailed out of that situation, but yeah, that could have been pretty embarrassing. Have to eat $16 worth of chicken strips because it didn't have any money at the checkout line, which I'm sure somebody would have, took care of it, but I don't know. That's a sickening feeling. That was one recent thing that happened to me.
You have one, Smoke?
Yeah, just this other week, we were doing a side-by-side cruising along a mountainside.
Uh-huh.
and I spotted me this bear out of the corner. of my
Oh,
eye.
like a cop bear or like a
like a black bear.
real bear.
Gatlinburg black bear. And he was up probably 40 yards. No. 25 or 30 yards probably up
Yeah.
on this real steep portion. I guess it's a mountain. And he's just on a rock eating some berries. I'm like, oh man. So we pull over and Jenna's getting pictures and the kids are excited. And nobody else had spotted this thing yet. So, we pulled over and it's just the side of some 45-mile-an-hour highway. So then the car behind us stops. Like, hey, what's this guy doing? And they notice and they get out. So all these people.
Oh, you're
start
getting
stopping.
out.
That's what they call it.
We weren't. We were in the side-by-side. They were kind of peeking out of their windows. But as all these people came around, I'm like, oh, man. Like, we started to get to where I only had like one escape route. Well, this old black bear starts coming down the side of the mountain. I'm like, holy crap, I got my kids back here for like easy pickings. Jenna's like, hey, it's time to go. I was like, love to. Can't. Like all the way blocked in. So I had a mountain on one side and like 4 cars on the other. And that was a pretty panicky moment because I didn't want to like lose my shit and like look like something. But I'm like, okay. I was just trying to really keep my mind focused. Nothing's here, dude. Nothing's
Yeah.
here.
Just chill. Be cool.
But I think finally the car beside me, they saw my frantic starting to kick in and they noticed the bear coming down the mountain and they gave a pretty quick and abrupt R gear to get out of the way.
They
But I was like, where the hell do you go? Like,
Yeah.
I could fight a bear. But my kids and wife are in
What?
between me and the bear. And
that's that
I
friggin'
don't know
testosterone
I
talking.
could fight a bear, he said.
if I had to.
testosterone.
If I had to. But I
9
can talk
times
to
out
animals.
of 10, they won't. It was probably. You think it was a boar? You think it was a boy bear, or do you reckon?
Yeah,
it
he was a pretty big fella. He was a pretty big feller.
Now sow. The big sows are big. They're
He seemed more, I don't know, he seemed more muscular.
Masculine.
Did you
See, because I can,
Now, how do you don't want to misgender this bear?
did you see a little fuzzy pouch back behind there?
no. It was more of his facial.
Snoot?
Yeah.
His snoot
yeah.
had a broad snoot on him.
In Yellowstone, they call those bear jams.
Bear jams.
Bear jams because
People stopping. Yeah.
because everybody
We also
will.
saw a herd of elk.
Oh, cool.
25 of them in Cherokee, North Carolina on that side by side.
I'm a guy down North Carolina.
Down in Cherokee, North Carolina.
Carolina.
So a funny story about that Cherokee area.
How?
We went down there and camped.
Oh boy.
And as a young lad, Papa Frank may remember this story when he watches the racist bastard. When Papa Frank probably will recall this story, we stopped Corden for breakfast. And for some reason, they allowed young me to order pancakes,
Oh,
in which I dumped the syrup in my lap
Oh, good.
very early on in the
Oh,
journey.
that's when you said you're never eating pancakes
Yeah.
in the car again.
Yeah, and so it wouldn't allow it. But we camped in Cherokee, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Little KOA down there.
Yeah, that's
Campground
a big
of America.
one. It's
yeah.
a big one.
So we've got a lady that works in the office.
It's just for me later.
Okay.
There's a KOA they're everywhere now.
Yeah, there's a lady in our office. Harris has got a big casino down there. And she
Shocker.
has supplied some money.
Hair is backwards is Shara.
You think
Thanks, Dave.
you think they sell a lot of cigarettes down there too?
Good possibility.
Or are those
We
only
bought
like
ice cream. Now, Oklahoma has the Indian smoke stores.
Yeah.
There's one in a song, very specific on where it is. And I went to California. I stopped out there and I was real excited. Bought a whole carton of Pall Malls.
Is that right?
And I just had this shit-eating grin on my face. And that little lady was just puffing away. And
Didn't care two shits
I
about
was like,
what
is
you
this,
had going on.
this a place? She's like, the cigarette store. And I'm like, the one from the song. Christ, no. That one's in such and such Oklahoma. He just mentions this one, but it's not this store. Oh, what a bummer. Anyway,
Yeah, so I think Harris there is owned by the Eastern Band of
Cherokee Nation.
Cherokee Nation, which is the same group.
Cherokee people.
Right on cue.
Cherokee bride.
They're the same ones that own Caesars, Southern Indiana, just to our southeast.
The Cherokee Indians own the Caesars.
The band of Cherokee Indian Nation. Yeah, they bought Caesars, Southern Indiana.
Good. Why do
they get involved in them?
Yeah,
Because they produce money.
lots of it.
Yes.
And it helps their
Reservation.
yeah.
It helps their tribe. So when I was in
Which,
Tax
they
break.
kind of got screwed out of it all. So
Yeah.
good for them.
when I was in Michigan,
They're getting there.
They didn't kind of get screwed out.
They did.
They 100% got screwed.
when I was in Michigan, the tribal casinos is how they do everything. And so they actually started doing purification standards
Oh boy.
for these
I
tribes
don't know
to
what that means.
well,
be
how
sure
much
they're all-
how much Native American are you?
Oh, kind of like
Yes.
What the hell was her name? The politician lady.
Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
I am 132nd Cherokee.
Now that's what my math had me at, but I guess I'm not.
No. You sure do look good though with turquoise. Did you get you a pair of moccasins?
No, so I went down in a daggone. We didn't go to Cherokee for the turquoise store as it was open
Uh-huh.
in the evening time. But when we came into town, I told Jen, I was like, I need a pair of moccasins.
Yeah.
And I'd like a nice turquoise cuff bracelet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't find one that suited me, and I found a ring, and I was like, okay. Then my other one, the one I've had, it started fitting again because I lost a little bit of LBSs.
Yeah.
And then I come across this majestic turtle. Now, this ain't no sea turtle like you see a lot. This one's got fingers.
That's a terrapin.
Yeah. And, I just.
It's a walking turtle.
Walking turtle.
So I had to pick,
Yeah.
and I couldn't. So I picked both.
Yeah.
Well, good for
Now,
you.
what a guy have to give for a necklace like that? And I don't want to be too nosy, but look pretty hefty.
Is that
Price
an
tag
innie or
on
an
there?
outie?
Well, I'd say it wasn't too bad. I was a wheeling and dealing with
Well,
a
good.
fella down
I
there
would
at
hope-
Haywood's Fine Jewelry.
Haywood. Yeah.
And,
Shout
He
out.
didn't see what was coming.
Yeah, all this is out of Arizona, which this one's from Arizona too, according to the website I bought it from.
I mean, now.
That's where the real turquoise is.
It is. It comes from copper mine.
Yeah, there we go.
How?
Smoke Dragon, what do you got? What have you been wondering about, pal?
So I'm going to have to pull open this thing to try to pronounce it right. And we've kind of talked about stuff like this before in the past.
Well, first off, we don't care about how we pronounce things. I mean, just ask Big Fella across the way.
so
thanks
they've
for-
got, and I say they. It's like I think it's kind of Taiwan area, but like out in the water. All right, like
Chinese
bunch of-
territorial waters.
Yeah, somewhere in that neck of the woods. There's these folks they call the Bajau people. Bajau.
Okay. Bajau.
Now, they are a tribe of folks
Yeah.
that have no nation. They live on boats.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And-
When you see it on The Amazing Race, they have these cities that are
Just
full floating
It's
cities.
just like Waterworld, but it's real.
It's a popular thing in Southeast Asia.
Now,
Taiwan,
it's getting a lot.
see a lot of
smaller.
it. Oh.
Like they're down to like a couple hundred, they say, as far as like left that are actual parts of this tribe. But over generations and generations of these seafaring people, they're like divers. They don't have scuba masks though, but their spleens are enlarged and they're able to dive down to 200 feet with no scuba gear and they can stay underwater for 10 minutes.
Oh.
They puncture the young's eardrums
Their inner ears.
when they're young to help them cope with the depths that they dive to. But I think what makes this interesting to me is we talked in the past about like, what do you want to call it? Like uncommunicated tribes that haven't been exposed more or less,
Yes.
Yeah.
So these folks trade with, like they go to land and their wares, I guess, or whatever they're catching from the ocean, they take and they trade for goods they need. So they're absolutely contacted and are aware of what's going on in the rest of the world and they're part of it. But they just live in the sea on these boats.
Wow.
But like I say, it used to be a much larger populace of them, but now it sounds like they're down to maybe 200 to 400, 100 to 200, something like that.
Nomadic seafaring people.
Sea gypsies.
Yeah. But I just thought that was wild that you've got this going on. The world's doing everything the world's doing. These people are aware of it. They see it
Lipa
happening,
Lipa.
and they're just hanging out.
Was that Lipa? What the hell is that Tim Allen movie? In the Jungle Now? Whenever
Jungle to Jungle?
Jungle to Jungle, yeah. When there was a boy.
The other one was in the army now. With
Yeah.
Pauly Shore.
Yeah, the boy was from Lipa Lipa, but it says the boat-dwelling Sama Bajau see themselves as non-aggressive people. They kept a close They kept close to the shore by erecting houses on stilts and traveling using lipa, homemade boats, which many live in.
You would think the Bajau are buried at sea.
What is
Turns out,
Go ahead, Casey.
Asia.
Osteoporosis.
You reading that too?
Well, I saw that. That's a different group. I think.
AUSTROASI. Austro-Sciatic ancestry. I don't know what that word means.
So most of the Bajau are Muslim, and the Muslim faith because they're Muslim, they will bury their families on the mainland and follow the Islamic tradition from bathing to burial process.
Huh.
Can you imagine that? You're born at the sea, you die at the sea. We're going to bury you on mainland.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, they speak like Vietnamese is what it says.
They're
language.
Yeah, they're I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Civilized, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
They can't read and write, and they don't know their age. Sea nomad life makes the Bajau tribe not so concerned with education of their offspring. The result is, of course, the majority of them do not know letters, aka illiterate. In fact, they are not really know about their age. Well, that's great. Like the author of this
did not know about his spelling.
Yeah, pretty tough spot there.
That'd be wild, dude. I couldn't imagine. I wonder how far, like out in the sea, do they venture? You know what I mean? Like I wonder if they
far enough out to go 200 feet deep diving.
Well,
they hunt for like sea cucumbers and a couple other like deep fish. But could you imagine being somewhere and seeing somebody just jump off their little dinghy, like sitting at that swamp down in Florida?
Quit playing with your dinghy.
And they go under.
And don't come back up for 10 minutes.
3 minutes. 4 minutes. Oh my God, a shark. You know, like when you just see them jump in with nothing but their loincloth.
Yeah, their skivs or whatever.
And they're just down there. And then 10 minutes later, they pop up out of the water with a daggone sea sucker or something.
Yeah, a sack full of gooey ducks.
Not a sea sucker, but
like
a sucker fish of the sea. Look at the size of this sea sucker.
I can get a better look at them warlocks. I don't know, dude. That's wild. I mean, I've never heard of the sea gypsies there, but I could only imagine that would be pretty wild. I did see a video that recently surfaced on TikTok about a investigative journalist that got hooked up with some cannibalistic tribe.
Oh boy!
And they basically told him to shut the up or they were going to eat him, like he was asking like really intrusive questions and stuff, and the one old feller did not like it, and his film crew basically told him like, okay, it's time to leave, like we better get out of here before you wind up on a skewer. You know what I mean?
What's for dinner?
You know what I mean? But that like that whole Papua New Guinea and like all them old, them, I don't know if I could do it, man. Like these people, like you said, they do interact with the civilized world, but I'm sure there's some out there that ain't never been messed with, and I don't know if I'd want to mess with them. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you don't want to go getting your face ate off or anything.
No, sir.
How long do they live? Like, what's their median age?
Tell you the truth, I
104. No idea.
It's probably, I'd say the salt water maybe preserves them a little more. That depth really keeps them going. I bet they live to be about.
Man, I had a good thought, but I'll save it for another one.
Is it about how
it has a lot to do with the ocean and salt?
How water puts out fires, so fire shouldn't like water, but water also makes plants grow, which is what fire consumes. Wild, huh? Thought that's what you were talking about. Say.
No, not really anything to do with that, but
it sounds like the lifestyle the Bajau have kind of gone out of favor.
Yeah, and they're dwindling. But they're self-taught carpenters. They build their own structures and boats.
They don't trade in dirt, though, do they?
Well, not a lot of use for dirt on a boat.
Well, here's the other thing. I mean, if we're going to be honest, it's not like
they trade on the dirt.
Waterworld, they use dirt as currency.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think these guys have gills. That's what makes the dirt important.
Well, huh?
Just grasping for straws, buddy.
No,
Kevin
Costner was a mutant.
Oh, the rest of them didn't have gills.
No,
That's right.
he was a mutant.
It's been a while since I'd seen that.
Yeah, and they were pirates, and they used dirt as currency. And then that girl had a map tattooed on her back how to get to to dry land.
Man, I think I'd be a good pirate if I had.
But they were overrun by the smokers. See, now I don't know if they were any derivatives of you or your kin, but these are a pretty rough bunch.
Could you imagine being that one Bajau guy that can't dive and hold your
Swim?
water hold your breath for
It would be
10
me,
minutes?
some big fat bastard that floats.
I don't think there's any fat Bajus.
No, there's no way.
It had to be
You fat Baju.
it had to be a big boat.
It's not a chance.
Well, we got.
What do we got for what?
What's next?
A pause for the cause.
Here we go.
We'll be right back.
Wanderers, today's pause for the cause is brought to you by our friends at Southern Indiana Hardwoods. Southern Indiana Hardwoods is your exclusive provider of Green Mountain Grills in DuBois County. In the market for a new grill, Southern Indiana Hardwoods has you covered. Want to accessorize your new grill? Southern Indiana Hardwoods, they've got you covered. Just need pellets for your Green Mountain Grill. Well, again, Southern Indiana Hardwoods get you taken care of. Have an issue or need service on your Green Mountain Grill? Nick Merkley and Southern Indiana Hardwoods have you covered. Rejoice, for grilling season is upon us. Don't hesitate to call today and get the upgrade your patio or grilling setup needs. Nick Merkley with Southern Indiana Hardwoods is ready to get you grilling today.
Hey, here we go. Here we
back.
go.
We're back.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of on a spot, but you know what? Before we jump into our Dear Dutchman for the day,
Yeah.
let's hear from our friends at Catering by Meyer, the proud sponsor of this segment.
This segment is brought to you by Catering by Meyer. It's April, and that means graduation is right around the corner. Don't have a meal plan yet? Don't panic. The folks at Catering by Meyer are ready to assist you today. From the classics to something new, Catering by Meyer can build out a menu that passes with flying colors. Give them a call today and leave the rest to them. All right.
Yeah. Graduation time is upon us.
No, my. Can you believe that already?
Getting close.
Well,
Getting ready to fire up them spring weddings?
Mm-hmm.
you got any weddings on the books?
No. I'm already married.
Well, like to attend to.
Oh, no.
None? We've got 2 on the calendar.
Good popular guy.
Well, the society and the circles I run in, Dave.
Yeah.
Esquire.
Hobnobbing.
Our buddy Chris Schmidt sent these in.
Oh,
Sent this. So we do Dear Dutchman or we do the People's Wander. Chris is the voice of the people today.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if there is a place on the earth that hasn't been seen by the human eye besides the depths of the ocean. So he's wondering, Cork's wondering, I wonder if there's a place on the earth that hasn't been seen by the human eye besides the depths of the oceans.
Living humans or humans in general?
I would say humans in general.
Tough one. I guarantee you there's a whole shit pot full of stuff up there around Everest that ain't never been stepped on.
I don't know if you can say that because
They're
4,000
making
years ago, it may not have been the
but
terrain
now
it is today.
in human history, everything has caught up.
4,000 years ago, it may not have what?
So like the desert over there, Egypt neck of the woods.
Sahara?
Used to be water. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
so it wasn't always a barren desert. So
Right, but I don't think Everest ever really got any shorter, did it?
no, but everything else could have eroded away. Maybe everything else was taller.
Oh. Yeah.
And maybe it wasn't.
But there again, what I'm saying is, though, like Everest and its summit and the surrounding areas that are in the death zone that are not on them, designated paths, like on the other side, maybe they've never, or like some of those extreme, like not Kilimanjaro, but like some of those other extremely tall mountain peaks that like you literally can't get to.
Mm-hmm.
without taking an airplane or a
Sure.
group
Yeah,
of
I'd buy it.
alpacas or something there.
I'd say there's parts of Antarctica, as long as what they say is true and my theories about the
Yeah.
cover up are not. I would say there's much of Antarctica
Yeah.
that has not been explored or seen.
I would argue against probably the Mount. I was going to try to say Mount Rushmore, Mount
Lots
Everest,
of people saw Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
because you hear these news articles all the time, like the waste and debris
Yeah,
and the trash
on the
left
one
behind.
path, like just on the main path. How do you get to the summit?
Yeah, but you fly by it. You do a ton of things like that.
Fly by the the summit of Everest
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
in an airplane? Do they do that?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not sure.
But you still have people hiking and seeing it one part. I think there's probably some deep, deep depths of the Amazonian jungle that have never been seen.
Now that I'm not sure of, just because
I watched a movie called The Jungle one time. You want to hear about it?
No, we're good. We ain't got time for that.
I think it's getting overrun enough. Like, there's not much of the Amazon left. It's been,
I thought there was a guy replanting all of it.
well, maybe, but if he's still doing it, he could only been doing it for maybe 60 years,
Well, that's true.
70 tops.
That's true.
We've cut down more than he's planted in 70 years, I bet. Not we, but the
I was
big.
gonna say we don't.
Yeah, we are pro Amazon
The
forest.
big we. I would say there are some things that have never been seen by the human eye.
Mm-hmm. The G spot.
He didn't specifically say male.
To
The male human eyes.
answer the question is simply yes. A helicopter can fly to the top of Mount Everest. A helicopter-based summit to the top of Everest has been successful as well in 2005. Yeah.
They don't want you knowing that, because all those people that climb to the top get dropped off right just shy of the peak.
Yeah.
And then
They hop out of their hot
All
tub.
right, you lazy bastard. You got about another 100 yards to go. Get up there and get your picture taken and get your ass back
Some
down.
poor
$4 billion. Hell yeah, we'll tell him you climb this on your own.
Yeah. Some poor Sherpa. But I would say there's probably
That guy in them green boots, it's just like a mannequin. It's probably some
Yeah.
mannequin from Macy's.
It ain't even cold up there.
No, hell no.
That must be a hell of a problem, though.
Yeah, pretty wild there.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good wander there.
Yeah.
So, hey, it is time for the Choice Cut questions of the week for the fellas.
Here we go.
Brought to you by our friends, Merkley and Sons.
Welcome to the Merkley and Sons Choice Cuts question of the week for the fellas. Sponsored by Merkley and Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. I want to make a major announcement. The Raider Middle School baseball program exclusively sells Merkley dogs and hamburgers out of their little concession shack. If you visit your local concession stand and you don't see any Merkley packaging, you are paying for a subpar product. Demand the best.
Hey, all right. Thank you,
Here we go.
Bradley and John Boy. Our questions for today come from a longtime listener, first-time submitter. Great stuff. Keep it coming. Here are my Choice Cut questions from Phil Grommelspacher.
No.
Phil Grommelspacher.
Grommelsbacher.
Probably right in on the pronunciation of
I would
that one.
only imagine he was probably from Jasper.
Doesn't say. Hard Rain or A League of Their Own?
Hard Rain. No, I'm not. That's bullshit.
I was going to say, you're full of shit.
League of Their Own. Christian Slater, who?
I've never heard of Hard Rain before.
Oh, boy. He's not
League of
from
Their Own.
Huntingburg. He's not from Huntingburg.
Yeah. What'd you say?
League of Their Own again. Oh, they're not both sports movies.
No, Hard
No, but
Rain's
they're
about
both filmed in Huntingburg.
Oh, I didn't know. I guess Jenna did tell me there was a second movie where they
Hard
Christian
Rain.
they
Slater,
have to flood town or something.
Morgan
Yeah.
Freeman.
So when we took a trip
Morgan
up there,
Freeman?
Yeah. pretty
Yeah.
big
Is he
deal.
here?
Yeah.
yeah,
Christian Slater was hanging off the steeple of Salem Church.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
did some of his own stunts. Yeah, so what they did to film to flood 4th Street of Huntingburg.
Sandbags and plastic.
Yeah, like 3 feet high. Because we walked up there.
How high's the water, mama?
10 feet high and rising.
There we go. Hoosiers or Blue Chips?
Hoosiers.
Blue chip.
He ain't never seen it. No.
Blue Chips got Nick Nolte.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
About
Not the one I was
Mitchell.
thinking of.
That's where it was, right? Wasn't it? Or was it Hoosiers is in the Mitchell gym, or was
No,
Blue
Hoosiers
Chips?
is the one that's Milan. That's Milan Knightstown gym.
Yeah, so that's the one I'll go with because that's closest to my hometown.
Yeah, Hoosiers for sure. Blue Chips is okay, but it's like two different stories there, though.
I like the one where the guy from Home Alone kidnapped the guy from the Celtics.
What the hell,
I have
Dave?
no idea.
Good basketball flick.
Brush your teeth once or twice a day.
Never.
I know that's wild.
Once.
Twice, morning and evening. Oh, this is a tough question.
Brown eye.
Bradley or John Boy?
What?
If you had to choose, Bradley or John Boy,
I ain't choosing.
No.
I'm out. Situational.
you need your taxes done.
Yeah.
John Boy,
Situational.
you need a ribeye cut. Bradley, is that where you're going?
I don't know. John Boy can cut. I've seen some of his cuts. He does a good job. I'm gonna say Bofa. Bofa D's.
I don't know that I could pick. Yeah, I'd have to be the whole squad there.
Yeah, I don't think you can just choose one. No, I mean that's just like you couldn't choose just one of us.
Or you don't
Or
have
just one of your children.
You don't have a favorite kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. We all do.
Yeah. Okay. Is that it?
No.
Okay.
Finally, what happened to Chase and the Dutchman going to Boston? Here's the update on that.
Take it,
Phil.
Esquire. Fill him in.
Phil, here's the update on that. So our buddy, unfortunately, due to his time, traditionally speaking, if you're under 3 hours, you qualify for Boston. But that is all dependent upon how many other people qualify for Boston. So the situation that happened is Chase, our buddy Chase.
Turns out 258 wasn't good enough to make the cut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he was pushed out from the 2024 Boston Marathon. He shortly thereafter ran in Indianapolis,
Destroyed his original time
destroyed his original time, had a great day,
and qualified for
and
25.
and his time is such now because it's like 250
Yeah.
that he feels very, very confident
Yeah.
that he will be running in the 2025 Boston Marathon. So, I mean, we still see
We got
Chase.
some time.
We still see Chase. We still talk to Chase.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes time, we'll get our Dutchman Marathon training shirts out.
That's right.
But yeah, Chase is still in the stable. We haven't had him on in a while. Maybe we need to.
Yeah, just so everybody know it's still there.
He's still there.
Still grinding.
We broke bread and drank beer a couple weeks ago or last week.
There you
Hopefully
go.
not too much either. He's got to stay in shape yet.
He's still in great shape. Still in great shape.
I'm not going to tell you who.
Okay.
But I'm going to describe him to a
No,
T.
I am not. I'm not going to tell
Matt
you. who.
Noblet.
No.
Chris Schwinghammer.
Matt Noblet is not running a marathon.
Oh.
Jelly Roll is.
There's another guy in our immediate circle that's running one that we shall leave nameless. But
Our immediate circle?
no, like within our squad,
Gotcha.
and we're gonna have to cheer him on too.
Like a neighbor?
No, I'm not telling you any more than I just told
Like
you.
Smoke's neighbor?
No,
Like his truck has HDMI ports for exhaust now?
no. What?
The new Chevys. The exhaust tips look like HDMI ports.
You're so stupid.
Hey, anyways.
Here we go.
Phil,
Let's
thank you for the
go.
questions.
Appreciate you, Phil.
Don't worry. Chase is still here. We'll
Heck
have to
yeah.
bring him on. So, and now it is time. We still finish the show, even though
Yeah.
it's a Wednesday show.
And I am about to fall asleep sitting here.
We take one more trip around the table for the last pass,
Yep.
brought to you by our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power.
The Last Pass is proudly brought to you by our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power. It's that time of year. Our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power want to remind you that when you are mowing this season, do it responsibly. Yes, mow responsibly, please. Hopf Outdoor Power has new grass cutting machinery and parts to help you fix what you got. If it's time for an upgrade, don't wait because them fellers know how to sell.
We got big fella.
Thanks. So what I'd like to say is don't get too busy making a living that you forget to live in general.
Hell yeah.
Did you pull that out of smokers?
No.
That's a smokerism all day for sure.
No. Be spontaneous. Do fun shit. YOLO, dog.
Actually,
Yeah, no cap. Because
For shizzle.
like with this whole Florida thing that we went on here last week, it's we didn't book anything until like the Sunday night before the Monday of the first day of the trip, and it's like we were hell bent on it, man. We were going to get in the car that Monday morning and drive and hope to hell we had something to sleep in when we got there, and those sometimes are the best trips. And this one was a good one. So be spontaneous, have fun, and make sure you make time to relax and have fun. That's all I got.
I might just have to echo off of that one because we weren't as spontaneous. We knew we were going to Gatlinburg for probably a month, and when we were going. But we were so busy with other stuff, we typically have a loose plan of things we'd like to attempt to do while on vacation.
Dave's a little bit of a planner.
There was none. Yeah. We knew that we were leaving after Wyatt got done with baseball on Tuesday, so it'd be a late night. We rolled into the hotel at 2 a.m. Got up real early and started tackling the day. And I think it may be, this is a tall order, but if it's not the best vacation, like just family vacation we've had, it is real close to the top. We just all had a genuinely good time.
That's good, man.
Winging it.
That's good. That is good. So when this airs on Wednesday, April 3rd, I will be in the booth with our buddy, friend of the program, Kurt Gutzel, the next day on April 4th.
That was top secret. Remember last week?
It was.
Oh, I hadn't heard about this yet.
But it was funny because friend of the program, Kyle Stuckey, said, "Oh, so you're calling the game? You're calling the game?" And I was like, "Oh, where'd you hear that?" He goes, "You." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess I did announce it on the show."
I don't think you announced it. You said you were alluding to some stuff that you were.
No, I think in 222 I do talk about
Did you?
calling the game. So anyways, I'm excited to be a part of it and do it. And I just hope I make our buddy Curdy G proud. And I hope those in Raider Nation that
don't
listen.
embarrass us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough spot.
Yeah. Keep your mouth shut when you got to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Unlike me.
Yeah.
Don't be a missile.
Well, that's why he didn't invite you.
Not a chance.
So, but anyways, excited to do that. I said, I know we talked about it one time, but my dream job is legitimately what I'm getting ready to do, on a different level, like ESPN level, professional baseball. But, the Raiders and the Rangers will square off, and should be a lot of county folk listening.
On this,
Yes.
are you calling the game as it happens, or are
No.
you doing the filler stuff in
Color.
I'm doing the color commentary.
And that just means the filler stuff.
Yeah, I'm doing the filler.
Gootsel's
The play-by-play guy.
effing the pig.
He's holding
Casey's
ears.
just holding the tail.
That's
Hold the
exactly.
tail.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It'll be
right.
a good one. You'll be fine.
So excited
You'll
about
be
it.
good.
That's going to be great.
So you got to do a bunch of research on like the other team to be able to, or do you just speak to our team?
You'll have a stat sheet. Curdy will hook you up.
I'm going to do a bunch of prep work. Like I want to walk in prepared.
I think
I want to walk in
I would
prepared.
only hope that you would.
Be prepared, be ready to go. So, but no, excited about that.
Scout's honor.
Something I want to do.
touchdown.
Something I've wanted to do for a long time. So glad to get the
You'll be
opportunity.
all right.
Even though I think we probably strong armed them into it. But
That's fine. Peer
excited-
pressure is
whatever.
no pressure.
excited for this new format of the show, and excited where we're going. And because of that, don't forget, on Saturday, we're at the Gaslight doing a little comedy.
That's right.
Curtis Crow, DJ Ribski.
Ribski. Yep.
From Chicago.
DJ Ribski.
Sweet home Chicago.
You think he's of Polish descent?
Never know.
It's got to be with the Ribski. But anyways, we'll be there. Get your tickets online if you don't get them online. Maybe there'll be some day of at the door. But come support. And with that, ain't got nothing else to say.
That's right.
Dutchman out.
See ya.